Today, we're taking you on a journey through the hauntingly beautiful, abandoned theme parks of Pennsylvania. From vintage roller coasters to forgotten carousels, these parks have their own stories to tell. Some are filled with eerie charm, while others are nothing more than dusty remnants of a forgotten era. Let's explore the top 10 abandoned theme parks in Pennsylvania. Number 1. Williams Grove Amusement Park. Our journey begins with the iconic Williams Grove Amusement Park, a place once brimming with excitement. Established in 1850, it was a family favorite for over 150 years. The park had a signature cyclone roller coaster, a ride that became a nostalgic symbol for generations. The park was more than just rides. It was a cultural hub for the community. The historic wooden structures, especially the carousel, exuded a vintage charm. But after decades of joy, Williams Grove closed its gates in 2005. Williams Grove was not just a park. It was a celebration of Pennsylvania's rich history. From its opening in the mid-1800s to its closure in 2005, the park reflected the changing trends in the amusement industry. The park was more than just about thrill rides. It was about creating memories where families could spend entire summers. The community, deeply connected to the park, remembers it fondly, and even today, local events and reunions are still held in its honor. What remains of Williams Grove is not just abandoned rides, but also the memory of what it once was. The Cyclone, one of the oldest wooden roller coasters in America, left behind a legacy that still haunts the local community. It's said that the spirits of those who once rode the Cyclone can still be felt in the air, especially at night, when the faint sound of roller coaster wheels might still be heard. The park had several expansions over the years, even incorporating a zoo for a time in the mid-20th century. Sadly, the park's iconic roller coasters were sold to other amusement parks as part of its closing. Number 2. Westview Park. Next up, we head to Pittsburgh, where Westview Park once stood as a beacon of fun. Opened in 1906, it remained operational until 1977. This park was famous for its large dance hall, roller coasters, and carnival games. But it's the history of the park that gives it such a unique character. Westview was one of the largest amusement parks in Pennsylvania during its peak, attracting visitors from all over. The community around Pittsburgh had a close bond with Westview. Locals would gather at the park for annual events, and it was a place where love stories were born. The park had a strong musical heritage, with live bands playing at its iconic dance hall, and its reputation for bringing together different generations of families is something still remembered today. The lifestyle around Westview was centered on community and celebration. The park was not just about rides, but a place for families to relax, dine, and enjoy the evening together. The dance hall was a central part of the park's social fabric, where young couples met and older couples rekindled their youthful spirits. While many of the park's rides were dismantled after its closure, the land it occupied was redeveloped into a shopping center, but the area still holds the memories of the laughter and joy that filled its air. Number 3. Shady Grove Park. Now, let's visit the almost forgotten Shady Grove Park, located in Lamont Furnace. Opened in 1905 and lasting until 2012, Shady Grove was a place of natural beauty. The park had everything from a huge swimming pool to a wildcat roller coaster. But what made Shady Grove stand out was its serene environment, surrounded by lush trees and expansive green fields. Shady Grove was a tranquil escape from city life. Its location among the rolling hills of Pennsylvania allowed visitors to enjoy nature in its purest form. For families, it was an affordable getaway to relax and experience the outdoors, making it a perfect spot for picnics and summer days by the pool. Some locals still talk about the Whispering Pines, a mysterious part of the park where people say strange sounds could be heard at night. The Wildcat roller coaster had a reputation for being a thrilling ride, but there are stories of it being haunted after the park closed. Visitors at night report hearing faint sounds of the ride moving, even when the tracks are empty. After years of decline, Shady Grove closed its gates, leaving behind only the empty pool foundation and a few scattered remnants. Yet, the magic of the park lingers in the memories of those who spent their childhood there. Number 4. Mount Holly Park. Mount Holly Park, located in Mount Holly Springs, is one of the earliest examples of a grand amusement park in Pennsylvania. Opening its gates in 1901, this park closed in the early 1930s. Its roller coaster and rides left an indelible mark on local culture. This park was known for its beautiful setting in the countryside, providing families with a perfect blend of entertainment and natural beauty. The mountain views made an ideal spot for picnics, and visitors enjoyed the rolling hills as they rode the coasters. Mount Holly Park influenced the social fabric of the region. It was a central place for gatherings, community celebrations, and family outings. Even after its closure, the legacy of Mount Holly lived on in local festivals and historical accounts. Today, the site is home to a natural preserve, but the legacy of Mount Holly Park lives in the stories shared by the people who once visited it. Number 5. Angela Park. Angela Park in Drums, Pennsylvania, was a relatively small but beloved park. Operating from 1957 to 1988, it featured a popular roller coaster called the Valley Volcano. But after the park closed, the rides were scattered, and today only the memories remain. Angela Park was a community-driven space where families enjoyed their weekends. It was a simpler time, and the park provided a place to escape, have fun, and make memories. The Valley Volcano roller coaster became an iconic piece of the park's history. When Angela Park closed, its rides found new homes at other amusement parks, ensuring that a piece of Pennsylvania's amusement park history lived on in other regions. Number 6. Storyland Park. Located along Route 30, Storyland Park was a place like no other. Opening in the 1950s, wasn't your traditional amusement park. Instead, it brought fairy tales and nursery rhymes to life through whimsical statues and fun attractions. It was a place where children could immerse themselves in their favorite stories, from Little Red Riding Hood to Jack and the Beanstalk. Storyland was an enchanting escape where fantasy came to life. Parents and children would wander through the park, looking at the vibrant, larger-than-life statues of beloved fairy tale characters. The idea was simple but magical, turn beloved stories into real-life, three-dimensional art. As you walked through the park, it felt like you were stepping into the pages of a storybook. For many locals, Storyland was a childhood rite of passage. It wasn't just about rides. It was a place of innocence and imagination. The fairy tale theme, combined with interactive elements like playgrounds and whimsical rides, made it an unforgettable experience. The park created a sense of community for families, allowing them to bond over shared experiences of joy and nostalgia. Unfortunately, as times changed, the park fell out of favor. The whimsical statues, once full of color and life, became weathered and faded, and the park closed down. Today, only a few of the statues remain, colorless and abandoned, but still captivating to anyone who stumbles upon them. A few of these pieces have found new homes, displayed at nearby businesses, keeping a small piece of Storyland's legacy alive. Some of the original statues were painstakingly repainted and restored after the park's closure, but their original charm has always been associated with the park's idyllic and peaceful ambience. Number 7. Lakeview Park. Lakeview Park, a once thriving amusement park in Royersford, was an oasis for many families. Opened in 1900, it operated for nearly 87 years before its closure in 1987. This park offered everything from roller coasters and scenic train rides to boat rides on a peaceful lake, and was a place where visitors could escape to nature while enjoying thrilling rides and entertainment. Lakeview Park had one of the most picturesque settings of any amusement park. Surrounded by a serene lake and lush landscapes, it was a beautiful escape from the bustling life of nearby cities. People could spend their days swimming, fishing, or enjoying rides while surrounded by natural beauty. The park's landscape was carefully designed to ensure that each ride or attraction had its own special charm. Lakeview was a gathering place for families, with picnics by the water, boat rides on the lake, and evening concerts. It was also a popular spot for holiday celebrations and community events. The park's relaxed vibe made it ideal for those looking for a blend of adventure and peace. But as the years went by, it became more difficult for the park to compete with newer, larger amusement parks, and it closed its gates in 1987. After its closure, the land was transformed into a housing development, but parts of the park's essence can still be felt in the area. The lake remains a tranquil spot for those who remember the vibrant days of Lakeview Park, and the area still hosts gatherings reminiscent of the park's community-focused past. Number 8. Cascade Park. Cascade Park, nestled in Newcastle, opened in 1897 and became a popular amusement destination for families. Known for its cascading waterfalls and scenic views, it was a park like no other. Cascade Park offered visitors the opportunity to enjoy thrilling rides, and the beautiful natural surroundings made it a memorable place for all ages. The highlight of Cascade Park was, of course, the massive waterfall that cascaded down the rocks, creating an atmosphere of both tranquility and excitement. The park had everything from carousels to a massive roller coaster. Visitors could enjoy a scenic view of the waterfalls while riding a Ferris wheel or take a boat ride on the peaceful pond beneath the falls. Like many of the parks in Pennsylvania, Cascade Park was more than just a place for amusement. It was part of the local culture. Generations of families came to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and other milestones. Local bands played in the park, and food vendors provided treats that became staples of the Cascade Park experience. The sense of community and tradition was central to the park's charm. Unfortunately, as newer and larger theme parks began to dominate the industry, Cascade Park saw a decline in visitors. In 1981, after nearly a century of operation, the park closed its doors. Today, all that remains is the memory of the cascading waters and the rides that once entertained so many. The park's famous waterfall was actually man-made, and it remains one of the most beautiful parts of the park's history. The falls were used in early photographs of the park, and even today, photos of those cascading waters capture the magic of what once was. Number 9. Old Homestead Park. Old Homestead Park, established in the early 1900s, is another piece of Pennsylvania's amusement park history that has since faded into memory. Located in Hermanstown, this park was known for its large swimming pool and amusement rides, and it was a central gathering place for the community for many years. The atmosphere at Old Homestead. Old Homestead Park had a relaxing, country vibe. With green fields, trees, and a lovely swimming pool, it was the perfect place to unwind and enjoy the outdoors. Visitors could ride roller coasters, enjoy a Ferris wheel, or just take a stroll around the park's beautiful grounds. For many, it was a tranquil escape from the daily grind. In its heyday, the park hosted large events, including concerts, fairs, and other local festivals. Families would spend entire days at the park, picnicking by the water, playing games, and enjoying good food. The park's gentle, laid-back atmosphere made it a favorite spot for people of all ages, and its demise was felt deeply by the local community. As with many other small parks, Old Homestead eventually faced the realities of changing times. Competition from newer, larger parks, and the increasing costs of maintaining an old park led to its closure. Afterward, the land was sold and turned into a housing development, but the memories of those golden days live on in the stories of those who visited. Number 10. Rock Point Park. Last but certainly not least, we head to Rock Point Park in Elwood City. This park was short-lived, operating from 1884 to 1911. Despite its brief existence, Rock Point Park left a significant mark on the region, particularly for its stunning views and popular recreational activities. Set along a picturesque section of the river, Rock Point Park offered visitors beautiful panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. The park was known for its peaceful atmosphere, and people would often come to relax by the water, go boating, or take leisurely walks along the riverbank. Though the park was open for only a short time, it became a local favorite. The combination of nature and recreation created a perfect spot for families to come together. The memories of the park's natural beauty and serene environment were cherished by those who visited it. After closing in 1911, the park was soon forgotten and the area was converted into residential properties. However, some of the local residents still talk about Rock Point Park with nostalgia, remembering the good times they spent there.